Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Not long now until the two are back in action. Saturday away to Man City. We might briefly touch on that game towards the end of this video, but we'll probably be back tomorrow as well with a more in-depth look towards the Etihad. There's lots to get through. There's a transfer target. There's players leaving. There's a mad shout for a crazy kick-off time in the Carabao Cup final. That's been doing the rounds. I think I'm going to debunk that one. I can't see that one happening. I'll tell you why very soon. So there's plenty to get through in this Thursday evening update. Before we do all that though, shout out to StocksFC for sponsoring this video, and we have a treat for you lot watching right now. Scan that QR code on your screen there now, or hit the link in the description to get yourself 5 free loan signings on StocksFC. Comment which 5 players you've chosen in the comment section on this YouTube video, and then we will pick somebody for our lucky competition giveaway winner in collaboration with StocksFC, and that will be tickets to Wembley. Joking, obviously not, you know what I mean? We're not that bloody lucky, we're not gonna give that away. Got more chance of getting the winning Euromillions ticket than a pair of those lot, haven't you? For those that aren't in the right pot. The prize will be any shirt you want. Do you want the 90s remake shirt? Do you want this shirt, the current away shirt, the current third shirt, this season's home top, even the Carabao Cup range that they've brought out? It's up to you. A Kuhn top is up for grabs by scanning that QR code, hitting the link in the description, signing up to StocksFC, getting the 5 free loan players. Let me know which 5 loan players those are in the comments, and then we'll pick a lucky winner. Right, let's get into it then. Let's start off with the Callum Wilson stuff, which I don't actually need the specs for, because it's up here, not on the screen. On the Callum Wilson stuff, and on Newcastle being ruthless, as I've said in the title, they are going to be cutting contracts this summer. They're not doing a Jimmy Ratcliffe at Man United and letting the dinner ladies go and all that. Thankfully not. You know what I mean? They're not going that mad. They're not going that ruthless. But in terms of letting go of players that maybe, probably should have been let go a while ago. Whether it's for one reason or another, Newcastle United have continued to keep players on their books for too long, even post-takeover. Now, the thing you could say about that is that it's difficult to replace players because of the price of them, so that's why they've maybe kept certain people hanging around. But we've seen this season, in front of our own eyes, how much we needed backup like Wilson and other players, and how they just continue to be injured or let the club down. And listen, Callum Wilson's been we'll start with him because he's the obvious one. Callum Wilson has been a brilliant servant at Newcastle, great goal scoring record, however, not enough minutes on the pitch. The number 9 saved us through the dark days, always applied himself, great bloke, but he's just too injury prone. Really evident that now, isn't it? So, yeah, even when he comes in for a couple of games, he's out again. I really hope he can finish off the season strong with Newcastle, can play a role in the cup competitions. I think it'd be beautiful if he was the one that scored the winning goal at Wembley. I really do. I'm a number 9, and he's been here under Ashley, under Bruce, and other managers. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. It'd be great. But it's talking now that it's very unlikely that he will be given a contract extension this summer. We all know he's going to be a free agent this summer if Newcastle did not hit that contract extension that is available to them. So they could trigger it right now and be like, right, Wilson saying another year. And that's normally what would happen. But now I think we are realising we have to be more ruthless. PSR and FFP, we should have accepted offers for certain players in the past as well. That we didn't, like Wilson, like Trippier maybe, even though, again, Trippier could come in handy. If you had accepted those offers for those earlier on in your Almiron's last year instead of this year, maybe we could have reinvested. But the point being now, it doesn't matter about the past and all that carry on, right? These have been good players for the club. But moving forward, they're choosing to be ruthless, as the Athletic have reported, we won't be extending Wilson's contract. Now, I could even see that changing, to be fair. I could Eddie Howe saying, actually, well, you know what, we'll just keep him. Third choice even. And third choice would be alright. But then again, how reliable is he to even be third choice? We know he can't be second choice. We know he can't be relied upon for that. But even third choice, I don't know. It wouldn't be the end of the world keeping him for that, if he could fill in now and again. But at his age, with the injuries, they're probably right to be ruthless. If the money's there where we can re-spend, then it makes sense to let Wilson go. And others that are likely to leave as well is one of 47 keepers that we've got. You know, Ruddy might leave, even though Eddie Howe's been bigging him up, saying he's been great on the training ground. Gillespie, who's been there a while as well, just chilling out, you know, madness. I mean, I was talking to Gillespie the other week, he's spot on. But he's another one where loads of keepers at the club maybe get the wages off the book. Who else was there amongst this list? The main one that stood out was probably Jamal Lascelles. You know what I mean? The ex-Newcastle United captain Jamal Lascelles, ready to come back from injury soon, hopefully. And again, like Wilson, hopefully he can play his part in the remainder of this season. We've got some big games coming up. But another one where you think, well, we're not going to keep him. because we need younger, fitter, stronger centre-backs. And maybe, again, like I said earlier, we could have sold Lascelles when he wasn't injured, recouped some money from him then, but we've kept him around for probably too long, and now he's not going to really get back in the team, especially if we can go out and sign that younger centre-back that we've been after now for the past couple of windows. Carabao Cup final update. Kickoff at 4:30. Told yous, absolute nonsense, and I can prove that, right? Because it's 5:35. Right, not making this up. 5:35 there on the watch, yeah. And I said at the start of the video that it was nonsense. These things that were coming out saying the kickoff time was going to be 8 o'clock at night. We've seen loads of stuff 8 o'clock at night. Nope, there it is. I've just read it there. Newcastle United have announced. Actually, we'll see exactly what they've said. Why not for the Carabao Cup final? I've just seen it pop up saying it's going to be a 4:30 kickoff. That's all I've got there. It's going to be on Sky Sports and ITV against Liverpool. Liverpool have been named as the home side as well on that one. Their name is first. Alphabetical order or the stands. But yeah, kickoff time confirmed as 4:30. So like I say, loads of people, and this is why you didn't believe Twitter and that, were saying that it was going to be an 8 o'clock kickoff. Kickoff. It was going to be an 8 o'clock one, which is a bit mad. And it was a whole load of crap. So there we go. There's the kickoff time confirmed. There's Newcastle being ruthless, getting rid of some players this summer. On to who we might be signing this summer then. Let's rattle through, because Newcastle United have been watching players in action this week in the Champions League, and not too far from home, as there was some scouts in Scotland in the stand for Celtic's Champions League game against Bayern Munich, and it was winger Nicholas Kuhn that they were watching. The Magpies have checked on the Germans several times this season, given their intention to sign a right winger this summer. Priority position alongside a centre-back. Celtic's Kuhn has 17 goals and 12 assists in all competitions this season. 25-year-old is only going to go for an asking price of just over 20 million quid. Peanuts. Absolute peanuts. So it's a low risk, that one for me, but how good is he? I'm not too sure. 17 goals in 35 appearances this season, and his expectation is that Celtic are willing to sell, and he will be moved on in the summer. They only signed him for 3 million from Rapid Vienna last January, so again, that's a huge profit for them, but 20 million is really cheap. 25-year-old, he can play on the left or centrally as well, with pace and dribbling skills fitting the profile of player that Eddie Howe wants. He's also assisted 12 goals this campaign and been Celtic's standout star. Now, for me, the Scottish division, I mean, he's playing bloody Partick Thistle and loads of other mad Scottish pub teams most weeks, so I don't really like the... I'm just joking, Devon, have a fit and cry, Scottish fans. It's just a joke. Nothing has to be serious all the time. We're just having a bit of a piss take, right? But the standard remains it being very different from Premier League. But if he's doing it in the Champions League, played well against Bayern Munich the other night, got a really good record there, stats-wise, so I'm sure he's due a stand-up, a step-up, shall we say. But I'm not too sure. I don't want to go all in on him. However, if the scouts, they're the professionals, they see more than me, so they should know. And 20 million is a steal this day and age. I mean, 25 million, that's nout. Absolutely nout. We paid that for Almiron, but he's 6 years ago. And we've got half of it back, nearly. So, listen, I think that's a pretty low-risk move for the two there. We did go in for Kuhn. Let's wait and see. He looks like a decent player. Is he the superstar that we want to go alongside Gordon Isak? It doesn't seem that way, because he's playing in Scotland, but you never know. And Eddie Howe would certainly improve him like he does with everyone. So, I think it'll be a decent signing, but you're going to be sick of it. It's not Mbumo. It's not the main man that I want, or a Bakayoko from PSV. But Kuhn, I think he's a very good player, and it still would be a very good signing. The next part I was going to get into was the kickoff time in the Carabao. We'll just cover that as a breaking news feature. So there we go. That'll do for this video on Thursday night. I'll be back tomorrow with another video, so keep an eye out for that one. City on the weekend. Listen, I'm feeling confident. I actually am. We'll briefly touch on it now, more so tomorrow maybe. First time in a long time I've ever been confident of going to the Etihad and getting something. Not just because City have dipped a little bit, and the other night they played decent against Real Madrid, but ultimately lost and threw away another game, and some dodgy defending and dodgy goalkeeping gives me a boost. I think we'll have momentum. A lot of lads were rested last weekend against Birmingham. We've hit form at a good time. They'll still be buzzing off the Arsenal win, I'm sure. So I think we can go to the Etihad, and as long as we turn up, have our energy, have our effort, the game plan like we did against Arsenal, and like I say, the Gordons and that who we're going to need to perform have had a rest. So there's no excuses there for me to not go to City and give them a game. Obviously, Man City on the day probably should win with their team, but it's really tight, the league table at the minute as well, isn't it? We're tied on points, so a draw would be a quality result, to be honest. But I think we go there, attack, hit them on the counter, and cause them problems. And I'm back in Newcastle to get a 2-1 win. There we're gone. Is that a bold one? Let us know in the comments as well. Your score predictions for Man City and what you think of Kuhn as well, and the Carabao Cup kickoff time. And then remember, great giveaway prize here on StocksFC with the Magpie channel. So scan that QR code or hit the link in the description. Sign up to get your 5 free loan players. Drop in the comments the 5 players you've chosen, and you can win a Newcastle United shirt. Subscribe to Magpie Channel TV, and see you in the next one.